Here at Intoxicated Reviews, we intellectually dissect the art of cinema, scene by scene. Here's some clips.
All he is just a fucking big wooden doll full of cum, chasing kids around.
You look up guys who poop in a bag. Because I think that's where you'll find him. Because he is hurt.
It's probably just in your search history anyway, isn't it? A movie which, by the way, reviewed by my mother, the review was, "Thank God you were on early because we couldn't watch any more of that thing."
You got a wide berth here.
Well, this is a good scene. We're watching the infamous dildo scene.
You got trolled.
You were in, too.
Shut the fuck up. No, I didn't say shit. You got trolled. Corey West just trolled you.
Real script.
They didn't even give him a script when he got the job. They gave him a bottle of Stoli and said, "Learn this."
Did you stumble on the joke?
Talk about this movie for fart's sake.
This is we can swear. This movie fucking blows.
So don't forget to subscribe to Intoxicated Reviews on all places you find podcasts. Except Spotify. We're working on it.
Do not take product if you are hypersensitive.
Well, hey, Internet, and welcome back to the Intoxicated Podcast. I am your host, Sarah, and this is a podcast which is essentially a drinking variety talk show with my friends and various guests about life. How is everybody doing? I hope you are all doing well. I just got back from the movies. Breaking news, everybody. For the first time ever, at 31 years old, I went to go see a movie by myself. I know, it's pretty fucking ridiculous, right? Never been to the movies alone. Not that I can remember anyway. I saw the movie 8th Grade tonight. And I had to talk about this in my intro because the emotions are fresh. Oh my God, what a good movie. This movie was written and directed by Bo Burnham, who I love so much. And it follows a girl, obviously in 8th grade, who is struggling with who she is and how to express herself, and she's making YouTube videos. I just gotta say, this movie I kind of knew I would love this movie. It's very much so a Sarah movie. I love character movies. This movie hit me real hard. It was so freaking good. They did such a good job of showing how awkward that age is and trying to figure out who the hell you are, and knowing that you just know that there's something deep down inside you, but you just can't seem to express it. And I related to that so much. It was just such a good freaking movie, and I was crying, and the scenes that were in it were so freaking relatable. It was just absolutely fantastic. I had to come on here and give my seal of approval for this movie, and even more so if you are somebody who is creating stuff on the internet and trying to do your thing on there and trying to figure out who you are, you will relate to this movie. It's so good. And now I won't be so scared to go to the movies alone anymore. Good thing about that was that I didn't embarrass myself by crying in front of any of my friends. So there's that. Anyways, this is not a solo episode, so I'm going to shut up and stop rambling and get to this week's episode. This week's episode is with returning guest Lindsay and intoxicated regular Shannon. Of course, she is back. She will always be back. But this is Lindsay's second time on the podcast. So the episode that she did where we focused on her pregnancy is actually episode 14, called What to Expect When You're Expecting Unexpectedly. So if you haven't listened to that episode, do go back and take a listen and get some backstory on this, because this episode is essentially a catch up with Lindsay. Lindsay did have a baby in the last year, and I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. When your close friends go through pregnancy, it's really fucking weird. And I mean that in a good way, but also a real way, because when you're in your 30s and all your friends are having kids and you're nowhere near that, it's both terrifying and absolutely fascinating to me. So I kind of take the route of more, I'm curious, tell me everything, because I'm going to be real. Motherhood is not in my near future at all. But as a woman, I'm very fascinated by the whole process. So when I do have close friends that go through it, I like to ask a lot of questions. So guess what, guys? This is a TMI episode. This is a really fun episode. I love recording with Shannon and Lindsay. They are my former roommates. So when we do get together, it does come out like a sleepover episode. But I like those sometimes. You gotta mix it up every now and then on Intoxicated. So I had 2 pretty deep and serious episodes the last 2 weeks, and now you're gonna get a lot of vagina talk. So that's just how it is Intoxicated. So we do get into Lindsay's labor story and talk all about how she is adjusting to life as a new mom. I had a lot of fun. We also played a game of Most Likely To with the girls. So always a pleasure to have 2 of my very close friends, Lindsay and Shannon, on the podcast. I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, if you are not a fan of hearing about childbirth, maybe don't listen to this episode. But if you're curious about it like I am, or if you are a mom yourself, I think you would love it. It's funny, I have these new mics and they're making me so much comfortable with intros. I mean, I don't know if it's because I just watched Pump Up the Volume, which is a 90s movie that I have never seen, shockingly enough. But I'm like walking around my apartment with this mic, just talking away. It's fantastic. I really, really like it. But do make sure you do subscribe to the podcast on any podcasting app you use. The show is on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, really wherever you find podcasts. Make sure you do hit subscribe. And on iTunes, you can leave a rating or review if you do enjoy the show. If you leave me a really unique, funny review, that would be even better. I will read it on the show. We have a lot of exciting things coming up on Intoxicated. We do have a 12-hour live stream that's going to be September 8th from 12 p.m. to midnight. I'm already starting to confirm some people, so I can say here and now that I'm going to have people like Shannon, Harper McCormick, Corey West will be there quite a bit, I imagine. We are actually going to have a bartender from a local distillery come on and teach us how to make a Caesar live on the podcast. I will probably be confirming some comedians. We're going to do a Halifax mukbang. It's going to be an all-out party. I'm getting really, really excited about the live stream. I'm also really excited about episodes I recorded recently that'll be coming out in the coming weeks that you guys are going to love. I recorded with not 1, but 2 local Halifax comedians and a local Halifax YouTuber. Those were really, really fun episodes. I essentially recorded 3 episodes in a weekend and it was all amazing. Cannot wait for you guys to hear it. You can also support the podcast by becoming a Patreon. So that is patreon.com/intoxicated. You know the deal. There are reward levels based on what you want to donate, and we would love to have you. Social media. Follow us on there. That would be freaking great. So we are on Facebook and Instagram, Intoxicated Podcast, on Twitter at @in_intoxicated. If you want to be real awesome, go tweet at the person that has the @intoxicated handle and tell them to either delete their account or change their handle so I can have @intoxicated. Yeah, Twitter is not cooperating with my request to get that handle because we don't have Intoxicated trademarked as of now. That would just be really funny if you guys could do that. You can also send any questions or feedback to our email address, and that is intoxicatedpodcast@gmail.com. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna stop rambling and being like hard Harry from Pump Up the Volume, and I'm gonna get to this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoy this episode with Lindsay and Shannon. Oh, and don't forget to vote for us in the Coast Best of Halifax Reader's Choice Awards for Best Podcast. Links below.
They're giving my baby chicken. Oh, no, I missed it. All right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Rolling with the homies.
Rolling with the homies.
R.I.P. Brittany Murphy.
So much.
Yep. So good.
Oh,
So good.
so much of my life, I feel like, came from that movie. Like, just the things she says.
Everybody in that movie made a pact with the devil not to age, and you cannot tell me otherwise.
Yes!
You cannot convince me otherwise.
I mean, other than
You got a spike in
Brittany Murphy.
Well, yeah, that's true. So that's why I can't really make that joke, because it's got a real dark
I
side.
know.
But the scene when she's, like, with the guy and he goes home, he doesn't bang her, and she's like, what happened? Did my hair go flat? Did I roll into some bad lighting? What's wrong with me? I'm like, that's mean of me.
You can't tell when a guy's gay, Cher.
Yeah.
That's what was wrong with you.
The boy likes to dress. Oh my god. I love Clueless.
I rewatched Clueless.
I saw Clueless for the first time like 3 years ago.
What?
No, it wasn't. It was actually when I lived with you guys.
Oh,
you guys got
that would make sense.
Yeah, that would
did
make
we,
sense.
Did
Yeah,
we
we
watch
watched
you do that?
Yeah,
Clueless
I remember you guys.
It's a good movie.
You couldn't believe that I never saw it, and
Right.
we had to stop everything. We watched
It's a
it.
perfect movie. It's a perfect movie.
I've only seen it that one time.
Best movie kiss of all time.
Oh.
Maybe I should watch it.
Oh, it's such a good movie, Kiss.
It's a great movie kiss.
I'm totally butt crazy in love with Josh. Fountain. It's so fucking great. But not to bury the lead. Guys, welcome back to the Intoxicated Podcast. Woohoo! We have some returning guests today.
Yay!
Second time returning guest, Lindsay
Hello.
is back. New mom Lindsay. New mom Lindsay. You're not really new mom anymore. You're
I actually
What's the new-
I joined a gym recently because I just thought like I should get out of the house sometimes.
It's good fun.
So I joined the gym, and on the thing it said, "Are you newly like a mother? Did you newly give birth?" And I said yes. I'm like, wait a minute, it's been 10 months. Is that still new? Does that still count as new?
I think it does.
And
I think less than a year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's what I'm gonna say. Until it's been a year, then I'm gonna say I've newly popped out a baby. So leave me alone.
That's totally
That's what happened.
Respect what she did with her body.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm still in the postpartum phase. I'm still getting over that trauma.
Oh my gosh, we gonna talk about it.
Excitement.
I love how I'm like trauma. Ooh, yes.
Dig into that
Let's
dish.
talk about it.
Nom, nom, nom.
And
You have a
Shannon.
uterus. It could happen to you.
Oh gosh, I don't even want to. Like me as a mom, I don't even want to think about that. That's terrifying. Shannon, what episode number are you at right now? Is this your sixth or seventh?
A billion.
Because
I think it's 6 at least.
You did the first one with us. You did
One
the
extra
solo
after
one
that.
with me. You did Reputation.
2 Me Too's.
You did what?
We did 2 Me Too episodes.
Right. So
The
that's
Taylor
4.
Swift episode.
5.
I think this is 6.
The notes.
Oh,
This is your
this is
seventh episode.
Can't get rid of me. I hope you all enjoy hearing my voice. Because you're fucked otherwise.
Oh my gosh. So this is awesome. So we are drinking vodka. All of us are drinking vodka.
Yay.
A variation of a mixture of Cold Stream Clear Vodka Lime, which is what I drank on the Merc episode. So sorry guys, I'm overlapping booze, but that's okay.
Don't over apologize. This is the second time on the show I've drank this. It's
That's
so
true.
good.
The notes
The
episode,
notes
we drank
episode was
these.
drank with these. They're so
We-
good.
We love Cold Stream Clear Vodka Lime.
Sponsor us. Send us some free stuff.
Yeah, seriously though. It's light and refreshing, but we did have drinks earlier tonight when we went to dinner.
We had fancy dinner tonight. Fancy roomy reunion dinner.
It was great.
It's so good.
I mean, like, that's how you know I love you, when I'm willing to pay more than $30 for a meal.
It was worth it though.
That's true.
That
It
was
was
a
really
darn
good
good meal.
seafood.
It was delicious. So Lindsay, you're visiting.
Lindsay's in town. It's
And
the best.
So that's why we're together. So let's can we do a cheers?
Yes.
In the
Yeah,
middle?
cheers.
Kind of in the middle.
Clink.
Clink, clink, clank.
Clink clank.
And
Love it.
so you are visiting for a while, and so we decided to get together and hang out. It was a lovely evening.
It
Went to the
was.
waterfront, went out for dinner.
We walked through the carnival. There's a
yeah.
carnival in town right now, and the Busker Festival's going on.
And it smelled pretty good there.
It smells amazing. I love the smell of a carnival.
Oh, it's the best smell.
It's all cotton candy and cheap prizes.
Popcorn, hot dogs,
Yes.
fried, deep fried.
See, I love like basically any kind of food, and I especially love the smells of all foods. But a carnival is one of those rare opportunities that I only want to smell it because you know none of that food's good. But by God, does it smell intoxicating?
Exactly.
Ooh,
It lures you
Name
in.
drop. I didn't mean to do that.
You're just such a veteran. It just comes naturally.
It's naturally, yeah.
So, guys, if you're new to the show and you haven't listened to the earlier episodes, you need to go back and listen to the one that I did with Shannon and Lindsay.
Yeah, it's a good one.
What to expect when you're expecting unexpectedly. I'm still so proud of that title.
It was so good.
That's a really good
It's
title.
one of your
It
better
summed
ones.
it up pretty
And that
well.
says a lot because your titles are all real good.
I mean, sometimes they're.
You have a knack for them. Like
Sometimes
can
I
never
just go
pronounce
straight
titles.
SEO and I'm just like, bisexual. Like I'm just like, this is what it is about.
We get the clicks.
Yeah, exactly. I like to be clever with them now. But you need to go back and listen to that episode because we tell the story of your pregnancy,
But now you are a mom.
The pregnancy
You
was
had a
viable.
baby.
There was a baby involved. It's real.
usually the end result.
Yeah.
Pregnancy.
Exactly.
And we got to meet the baby today for the first time.
And it was everything I had imagined it would be. Me and Shannon roll up in the car and we're like, Shannon goes, she's gonna look like a glowing goddess. I just know it.
I turned to her and I was like, this is what's gonna go down. She gained probably 5 pounds during this pregnancy. She had the baby and somehow lost 10 pounds in the process, and now she's gonna look stunning. You wait and see. And god damn it, did she ever.
We rolled up and you were in the window holding him in a beautiful dress.
And we were both squealing immediately. We were like, oh my god, there she is. She's beautiful.
It looks it looks good on ya.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It looks good on ya.
Yeah.
I mean, it has been 10 months, so like,
Right.
you know, after you first have a baby, you don't feel that beautiful. It's weird because when I was pregnant, I felt great. Like I felt so sexy. I've never felt sexier because my yeah.
I hear a lot of women say
exciting.
this. I hear a lot because you're more in tune with everything.
Yeah, you're
than
like
you would normally
you feel
be.
so womanly, I guess, and like
makes sense.
my boobs were like huge, and I felt like I got all these curves, and you know, like you don't think twice about like eating what you want or being bloated.
Life is
anymore.
about decadence.
It's just like you're just enjoying it, and I, for the most part, had a good pregnancy. So for me, it was just like an overall great experience. I felt so sexy.
Aww.
You looked fucking phenomenal.
You did. All of your pictures
Like, all
were
of your pregnancy
insane.
pictures, amazing.
We couldn't get over them.
And it's even better to hear that you looked amazing and you felt amazing, because that's really what it's about.
Yeah.
It's about feeling good, right?
Exactly.
And being healthy. And so when you did the show, were you planning on going to the States? Or
I think it was. No, I wasn't.
You were still
yet.
in Toronto.
No, I was still planning on having the baby in Toronto, and Eric was going to come up to Toronto.
Right. Okay.
And then we decided later, okay, maybe it's better to have the baby in the States to avoid all the, you know, issues of trying to get citizenship with, you know, the current political climate in the US. So like it could have taken months otherwise to get citizenship, and Eric would have had to come back and forth a lot. So like, let's just have him in the US. Easy to get him Canadian citizenship. Although I haven't done that yet, but he is unofficially a Canadian citizen.
Yeah.
Dang.
I just have to get like the proof. So
Got you.
which won't take that long. Really.
Yeah, because if the one parent is Canadian, one parent's American, it's basically dual citizenship right off the bat, right? You basically just have to be like, yes, I am Canadian, therefore my son is also.
I just have to send in like some documents.
Mixed country kids have no idea the paperwork they are being saved. Like, my God.
He's like free to go wherever he wants.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
So the choice to move. So I remember pretty distinctly that it all happened very quick. Like I remember, like I think you told me, you're like, I'm moving to the States. I was just like, wow.
And we were all like, we support you, but no.
And for a while there, like at first I wasn't sure what we were gonna do long term because I couldn't like stay in the States right away. Like I had to figure out with Eric, okay, like, are you gonna come to Canada in the long term, or am I gonna stay there? And we decided like a couple months after Grayson was born, like, let's just stay here and make this home. So I went through.
So what was that like, moving to a new place by yourself, pregnant? Like,
it was pretty stressful.
Yeah.
Because
only
I
imagine.
basically had to pack up my life in Toronto and go there with like a suitcase and a backpack.
Yeah.
And
a baby inside of you. Like,
yeah.
Jesus.
So it was scary, especially because I didn't know like exactly everything. I didn't have an exact plan yet.
Right.
So, and I also wasn't sure, like, you know, the ins and outs of like the healthcare system there. I'm like, I wasn't sure. I had to find a new doctor, like, kind of last minute. So it's just like,
is it complicated to have a baby there? Like, what's the deal with that? Is it pricey?
It can be. Luckily, I ended up getting like insurance.
Oh, good.
So that was good. But otherwise, it can get pricey, and my labor would have been really expensive because Grayson was in the NICU.
Right.
That's right.
So that would have been like, I don't know. I know in like here in Canada, I think it's like thousands of dollars a day for a baby to stay in intensive care. So it would have been very expensive.
Shit.
Yeah.
So you went into labor prematurely, right?
Yes.
How long? Was it a month? Over?
Yeah, it was a
or-
month early, so like 36 weeks, and you usually go to 40 weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So what? Okay, I want the play-by-play of the labor.
Okay.
So
Because she, for some reason, wants to terrify herself.
Yes.
I like the feeling of being scared. This is why when natural disasters or any big news event happens, I'm constantly refreshing the news. Because tell me more. I want to know more.
I should have actually done a live stream for your podcast for my entire birth. Yeah.
I mean,
Wouldn't
that would
be
have
fun?
been very...
Shannon's already like, I'm tuning out.
No, why? I don't, like, if I could have opted out of the whole birthing, like, body experience, like...
It would have been like probably
would've.
12 hours of me screaming.
Okay, I want to know everything. Because I'll be honest. Like, when you called me and, okay, first of all, I got the text when I was at trivia with friends, and I go, what? like I just scared my cat. I went so high pitched. I literally was like, because it just was not, you never expect, like when your friends are pregnant, and I know that it's a thing that happens, that people go into labor early, but you just never expect it to happen, right?
Yeah.
It's not always on your radar a month ahead of time, right?
Oh, yeah. No, I was full on expecting October. I thought he was going to come like...
We thought he was going to be a Halloween baby, didn't we? Or a
Well,
Friday
he
the
was
13th
due-
baby? There was something about his due date.
like October 13th, 14th for my due date. I'm like, it better be the
Yeah,
13th.
and we were pumped because
It
we were
better
like,
be
this
Friday the
baby's going to be a
13th.
murderer serial killer
know,
baby. This will be
right?
great.
So I was like, his name could be Jason. It'll be great. Like,
You were gonna name him Jason?
She had to name him Jason. How could she
if he
not?
was born on Friday the
Dude,
13th.
if your
Okay, I mean-
born on Friday the 13th in October, I think it's an unwritten rule. That kid's Jason. Like, it has to be.
I'll allow it.
And Jason was a Robin, so it still would have worked.
yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
shit.
Yeah.
So Grayson.
Okay.
She a nerd.
Okay.
She
Okay,
a
good.
nerd.
Nerdy name, but it's perfect. It's perfect for
It's
you.
a good
It's
name.
perfect for you and your son.
He's a total Grayson. I can't imagine him with any other name.
I know, right?
He's perfect for him.
Yeah.
So, and we love his name. We just think it's like Grayson.
Do you have any nicknames for him?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I always just call him Bud or Buddy. Like, just 'cause- I don't know why. I just, like, when I haven't held, like, a newborn ever since my brother was a newborn. And, like, when I held him for the first time, I'm like, little, like, Buddy. Like, I don't know what to do.
Little guy.
Yeah, and he was
Okay.
so tiny, so I was like, I'm just so delicate.
I want to know everything. So walk us through it. What was the first sign that you were going
First sign, well, I actually had absolutely, like, I wasn't clued in at all that I was having really contractions because I was determined in my mind that I'm like, it's a month out, so I'm just having stomach pains.
That's fair, because if you're not expecting labor, you would automatically be like, oh, something's going on with my stomach. I wonder what it
Yeah.
is. Like, you would
Was it
connect
just
those
still
dots.
feel like stomach crampy? Like gas? Or...
Well, it's hard to explain now because it feels like my brain wants to, like, forget.
Her,
but
her brain is blocked
Oh
it
my
out
God.
because that way she'll forget and want another one because that's how humans like happen.
it's nature's way.
Yeah, it is, right?
It's really manipulative.
It
Our
is.
bodies are mean to us.
My body's already trying to, like, betray me right now. It's like,
Jesus.
you want another one? No, I don't. I want a drink.
Yay!
And that's why she's here.
I know. Last year I was sober doing this. Oh, no, it was great.
You were, yeah.
And yeah, so I was having, like, I think it was a Saturday night, and to be fair, I was going out quite a bit when I was at the end of my pregnancy, just because I knew, like, oh, it's gonna be the last time in a while that I can just go out. So I was staying out kind of late. I'm like, okay, maybe I just, like, my body's, like, done with me being abusive towards it, and I should just take it easy. So
Right.
I went home a little earlier that night, and, like, as the night progressed, I was like, oh, these stomach aches are sure getting stronger.
And you were out at this point?
No, I was in bed.
Okay.
But I was trying to sleep, and I couldn't sleep very well. I kept kind of waking up, and I remember, like, kind of waking up Eric at one point. I'm like, I don't feel that good. And he's like, do you want me to get you something? I'm like, I don't know. Like, so I try to, like, just suck it up and just, like, do whatever I can to get past it. And it just wasn't going away. So I'm like, all right, let's go to the hospital in the morning. So we go over and we call his parents and everything. And I'm like, this is going to be a false alarm. So they take me in, and I'm only like 1 centimeter dilated, which, by the way, it goes 1 to 10, the scale.
Okay.
10 being baby coming right now.
You were only 1?
Yeah, so I was only like a little bit dilated. Like, I wasn't like, I was progressing really, but I was having like full on contractions. So they're like, you're having a false labor. So we're going to give you this shot, and it's going to stop your contractions, and it's going to open up the baby's lungs in case the baby does come early. Oh, so I'm like, okay, cool. So they do that, and then around like later that day on Sunday, I was discharged from the hospital, and I went home. I was like, all right, now we can wait till October. And then,
oh my God.
So like the next day was relatively okay. Like I was walking, but I had a couple cramps here and there, but I'm like, I'm fine. Monday night, the cramps start again. Cramps being contractions. I just called them cramps at the time.
Well, you didn't know.
I know. I was like, I'm having those weird stomach cramps that mean not like I after that, like, you know, false labor thing, they told me I was really like, I didn't want to bother anyone anymore. I'm like, I don't want to make people like
peak Canadian.
I was like,
I don't want to bother anyone.
Yeah, so like I go all night. I did not sleep. It was getting worse. I was like a cripple. Like I couldn't like even walk anymore. I was in the shower trying to like, I'm just gonna walk. That the shower will help with these pains I'm having regularly that are like basically making me not able to walk. So after the shower didn't work, I was pretty sure like that nothing was gonna work. It was basically like every 5 minutes, 4 minutes was intense pain. Like I felt like I just like wanted to curl over and be
it doesn't seem like a lot of time, but imagine 4
Yeah.
minutes of very intense pain.
That's a long freaking
It
time.
is.
like I stub my toe and I bawl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I would say like imagine someone like grabbing your insides and squeezing them.
that's how Melanie and Sandra described it. Because
Yeah?
they did a Mother's Day episode.
Okay.
That's horrific.
And they were talking about their births. And they were like, imagine your insides being churned.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a really good description.
yeah.
So like come morning, like Eric was like, should I call in for work? I'm like, yeah, it's probably a good idea. Like I definitely need to go to the hospital. And his mom was working at that hospital, so she came to pick us up around like 7:30 in the morning or 7. I forget exactly. And I used that like 1 minute of temporary relief to run downstairs into her car.
Wow.
And on our way to the hospital, my water broke in her car.
Oh my God.
Okay. Pause. Questions. What was the water breaking like? Was it or like what did it feel like? Because you always see you see this happen in movies, and you just wonder, like, is this how it happens? You know,
Is that dramatized?
It was a little dramatic, and honestly, I've heard that not a lot of women actually have the water breaking thing happen.
Fascinating.
So it's not like as common. So, for it to happen to me in the car on the way there, which is so like cliche, I thought like of course this would happen. Like this is just like the movies.
Yeah.
I would be stoked about that.
I know.
Personally,
it was good
like,
in that like
I got a story.
I knew when I showed up at the hospital, like I'm not faking it. Like this is real labor. Don't tell me it's fake labor.
This is legitimate now.
Yeah. So don't even tell me I have to go home. Like this is happening.
Yeah.
So it was just it was like a gush.
A gush. Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, we've all had probably liquids come out of our vaginas at some point.
I'm trying.
And
Sarah's journey to squirting is still an ongoing process. I'm really trying, but it's, you know.
Oh my God. So like, it's just more of like, imagine it being like water.
Okay.
So it's very like watery, like, you know, and it wasn't like that much for me, like nothing, a few Starbucks napkins didn't fix.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think it was that bad, but I honestly didn't even care at that time.
Yeah, your brain was in other places.
Exactly. So we pulled up and I had to get a wheelchair. I couldn't walk anymore.
Well, yeah, you're in labor.
Yeah. And I was like, push me faster. I was like the one time I think I was getting like kind of like upset because everyone was telling me to breathe. I'm like, I'm still breathing. Don't tell me to breathe. Like,
oh man.
Yeah.
I would have loved no offense, I would have loved to have seen you in that, because, like, you're just not you're such a calm, serene person, for the most part, that, like, seeing you like that would be very jarring.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't swearing or anything, but I was definitely...
Just, like
I know I was trying to help me, but it's... I don't know. There's a lot going on. It's really painful.
And like what I've heard is like, sometimes you just can't even breathe through it. Because it's
you're breathing, but it's like, so I felt like the breathing, I tried that slow, deep breathing, and the pain was still there no matter what.
Yeah.
So I'm like, your method's not working, so I'm going to breathe how I want to breathe.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm not going to stop breathing, so that's the main thing.
Yeah.
So when we got there, I was adamant that I wanted drugs.
Yeah.
Gimme.
I was like,
give it to me.
I'm not trying to be a hero. Just give me the drugs. Because like a lot of women, like, oh, I want to have a natural birth. I'm like,
I get the intent, but like, it's just not realistic.
Yeah, like, it's, you know what, like, if you have to have a natural birth, I consider, like, in my mind, natural birth is just a vaginal birth.
Right.
Drugs are not. Mm-hmm. That's how I always... Mm-hmm. So people ask me if I had a natural birth, I say yes, just out of, like...
I agree with you. Like, that's the definition.
Yeah, I'm like, and if not natural birth is, like... which is the C-section, which is still like, you know what, whatever birth you have is
it's a good birth. Like,
yeah,
did it end with a baby at the end? Was the baby healthy? It was a good birth.
Exactly. So I wanted drugs, but they didn't want it. When I first arrived, I was still only like 1 centimeter dilated. They're like, you have to wait. I'm like, well, do you have any, like, in the meantime,
are there
drugs?
pre-drugs? Like, can I pregame this?
I know,
like,
right?
There has to be.
I was like, if I drank right now, would it really harm the baby? He's coming out.
I'm gonna need some tequila stat.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
The only thing they gave me was, like, oxygen. I'm like, oh, this will have to do.
Like, I can just get this by breathing.
What? I know, right? So about an hour in, they finally came back. They're like, all right, so we'll give you the epidural.
Yay!
But you have to be, like, completely still. And they could see that I was not still at all. I was, like, on all fours. I was, like, on my back. I was on my stomach. Yeah. I was, like, walking around when
I've heard that hurts like a bitch, the epidural.
It honestly, like, I don't think it hurt at that time because
I guess there's just all these other pains going on that, like, you might not even...
distracted.
Yeah, like,
yeah, that's
that was
fair.
Like they told me, though, it was really important that in order for them to do the epidural safely, I could not move at all. And that was the challenge. I was almost like, I don't know if I can promise them I can't move. And if I don't get this epidural, I'm going to have the shittiest time ever pushing out a baby with no drugs.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So I was like, I will promise to not move and be very still. It was like, I kind of calmed, like, I, like, sucked up the pain for a second. It was like,
you went into a state of, like,
good for you.
This is what I gotta do.
Like a zen state of, this is how it's gotta be, so deal with it, Maddie.
Exactly. So I sat perfectly still, probably the stillest I've ever sat, and I'm like, do it.
Yeah.
Give me the drugs. So they gave me the epidural, and then right after they, like, just checked to see how far along I was, and they're like, you're, like, fully dilated. You're ready to go. I'm like, yay. But
Baby
I'm like,
time.
I'm not doing anything until the drugs kick in. I'm just gonna wait.
Oh my gosh,
I love it.
So I was like, how long until the drugs kick in? Because, like, once you get it, you're just expecting almost immediate relief, but you have to wait like half an hour to feel.
That's bullshit. I know. TV lies to us.
It was
in
like
so
a
many
while,
ways.
and I don't know if, like, they just started me off with such a low dose that I wasn't feeling anything, and so they gave me this little, like, pusher thing to, like, push for more drugs. So I was, like, pushing it. I'm like, just give me more.
Wait, hang on. When you push it, do you actually get more drugs?
Yeah,
or
more
okay.
come through, like, the little IV thing into my system. Yeah. So
you basically took some tape
basically
and you held the
frantically
button
pushing
down.
this button.
Right? Like,
yeah, because it was so weird. Because, like, one of my legs was a little feeling it, like a little.
Oh my gosh!
And then the other leg
Creepy.
wasn't. Yeah, like, so I had, like, at least I had enough pain meds that like it helped minimize the actual pushing part, but I could still feel everything. So
that's honestly
it was
probably
actually
good though, because
yeah.
you would want to be in some form of connection with your body at such a key
like,
moment.
If they
so
said
you wouldn't
push,
want it,
I'm like, I don't know if I'm even pushing.
Right? Yeah, you wouldn't want it muffled 100%.
Yeah, and I think why they
that
give me
would.
such
I think that would be quite
that's
dangerous.
fair.
I think
That's
that
totally
would be
fair.
quite dangerous.
Yeah, so I think that's why they start you off at such a low dose, just so you can kind of regulate it. And
I can't imagine just like not feeling anything. Like
Yeah.
that's so weird to me.
yeah, so I could definitely feel everything, which, like you said, was helpful. And only one of my legs was a little tingly. So it gave me like just enough relief that it wasn't.
It took the edge off.
It took the edge off, which was nice. Especially because so I think I want to say from the time I started pushing, it was only an hour until he was born.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
That is such a fast birth.
Yeah, I had 10 rounds of 3 to 4 pushes.
Wow. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Lindsay goddamn Parsons.
No,
I would like to compare this with Lindsay and Shannon. Oh, fuck. Can't talk. Melanie and Saunders episode, which was drastically.
How long were their babies?
I mean, like, it was a long time and also lots of complications.
second childs are usually faster.
Yes, I've heard that.
Yeah,
An hour, really?
That's
an hour
so.
of pushing.
I mean, your next baby, you're not even going to get to the hospital then.
I know, like, but you think about like the time it took me from being 1 centimeter dilated to 10 fully dilated, it was only an hour, and that's why I was in so much pain because
your body was just rapidly moving.
Fair. Yeah.
My body was like all of a sudden like 0 to 100.
You were on hyperdrive
real quick.
That makes sense. Then.
It was just like
You don't do anything with measures, do you, Lindsay?
Yeah, it was my body. It's like all of a sudden it's like, baby, get out now.
You know what? I'm done being pregnant. We're finished.
I know.
Let's just end this now.
My body's like, I heard you wanted a glass of wine. All right.
What was the pushing like? Did it feel like you were pushing out a poop?
It's the same kind of like
That's what I've
push.
heard.
Yeah. But it's like, I mean, that's why a lot of women do use the bathroom while they're
Oh my god, did you not? You perfect pristine goddess.
I definitely had like one little
nugget
rabbit poop or something. I was like, I'd feel it. I was like, I told my doctor, I'm like, I mean, she's delivered so many babies. I'm like,
she's seen
Listen,
it all.
you can't fucking help. You're pushing a child out.
You're pushing everything out. The baby is just one of the
You're
things.
just bearing down.
I'm
on
just
like
glad I
everything.
didn't have like, diarrhea or something. That could have been way worse.
Oh my god.
So
Disaster.
I was very well hydrated pregnant lady. So they had to give me a catheter before I gave birth because like I was peeing a lot.
Oh.
Yeah. She's like, you're still okay? You're still peeing. I'm like,
whoa.
I guess I couldn't. I had.
It's
no
like
control.
us in this heat wave with all the water.
God, I know. It's insane.
just constantly coming out.
Yeah,
exactly.
You gotta keep putting it in.
God damn.
So like, I guess I can go into all the gross details.
Yes.
Okay.
Lindsay, Sarah wants you to get as gross as possible for reasons I don't understand. So
Well, I already told.
I'm gonna get more vodka. You can also be vain because look at you. God damn, Lindsay. Did your hair get like wavy since you gave birth?
Yeah, my hair.
I hate you.
Oh my god.
It made her more glamorous. It literally made her prettier.
I can tell you some of the non-glam things that have
you
happened.
better.
Okay, we're good. We're back. We're rolling. We're back.
We're back.
So we said that you would give us the details. So you got the epidural.
Yes.
I love that this is where we are starting on this live stream.
Everybody get drinks. I made a double.
They're gonna tune in. They're gonna be like, oh, they're talking about sex again, and then they'll tune in, and it'll just be like,
I mean, we're talking about the consequences of sex.
This is going to be in one of those like listicles, like moments that scarred you for life as a young child on the internet. I went on Instagram and I tuned into this live stream, and I thought it was going to be sexy former roomies, and then it was horrible.
We're still sexy former roomies.
Yeah.
It's just we've had some life experience since we've last chatted. Lindsay more so than us. Because she pushed a human out of her.
Which, we can't top that.
We cannot top that at all.
Nope.
So what, okay, so the pushing process, was that painful?
It wasn't as painful as,
The contraction.
That's
what I've heard, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, once I was ready to go, it was just a matter of, like, all right, how long do I have to do this? And luckily for me, it wasn't that long.
Right.
I think, honestly, like, my doctor mentioned a couple times that she really wanted to go for lunch by noon. And...
What? Did your doctor, like, perform some kind of weird voodoo? Because, like...
Well, I was like... she was kind of joking, but I felt like it was one of those, but I kind of am serious. Like, can
you get a move on, please? So I can go to lunch by noon?
She's like, push hard, Lindsay. Like, we're going to do another round of pushes.
This is the
soon.
American healthcare system. This is the flaw.
So I really need you to, like, push. Let's get this baby out. It's already, like, 10 o'clock in the morning. Like, we don't know how long this is going to take, but, like, we got to get this baby out.
Oh, my God.
So I'm pushing very hard because I don't want to ruin her plans. And
again, peak Canadian
and woman.
Yep.
So she's like trying to like basically get his head out, and she's like, it's it's just a little tight. Like it's not.
That's
like
what she
I know
said.
I'm tight. Like whatever.
That's what she said.
Of course you are.
So. Just a little throwback before I go further. Before you have a baby, it's recommended that you massage down there with like oils to get things like
the vagina area.
Yeah, so like then it's like ready to be stretched, so you're less likely to tear. You didn't know about the tearing?
No, I know all about the tearing. I didn't know that there was like prep you could do.
Yeah, so I was on this prep work for a long time, but apparently it meant shit because I still ended up having trouble pushing it ahead.
My God.
So my doctor ends up like, I felt like maybe like she was giving up early. Maybe this lunch plan was real because she just ended up like cutting me. Which luckily was, I could feel it, but luckily it was on the side that my epidural was kicking in more. If it had been the other side, it would have been very painful. But this side, it was a lot less painful.
Sides.
Yeah, my right leg was like more numb than my left leg. My left leg was basically not numb. So luckily it was on the right side that she cut. Yeah.
We are
sure.
We should have just called this birth control. This just should have been birth control. We should have called this.
I am scheduling to have my tubes tied tomorrow.
I'm one of those people who's like, give me a C-section. I don't care about the healing process. Let's go. C-section.
Snip. Yank.
I can just lay there and be like, I don't feel anything. Oh,
I
so
was
beautiful.
honestly like a little bit hoping for a C-section because my biggest fear was the thing that happened to me, which was getting cut or tearing. Just ripping down there at all just seemed so terrible to me, and like I just don't want that to be part of my life. It is now.
So what was the pain like with that?
Well, at that very moment, as soon as she did that, he came right out.
Yay,
so like I was immediately like distracted by the birth of my child.
Aww.
So, and she put him on me for a split second. He was just like, he like looked up at us, like Eric and I. Aww. And it was just so like amazing in that one moment. Because I'm like, I can't believe like he's like right here in front of me. I can see him, and
you caused me so much pain.
I know, but he was just so,
this is what I grew inside of my stomach.
And, like I thought my baby was gonna be all slimy and gross, but he just somehow wasn't, and he was just so like tiny and cute.
Was he slimy though? He must have been slimy.
He didn't look slimy though. Like he was. Okay. He's got all the babies have like natural like. It's like baby juice or something. I don't know. Ugh. But it's like nourishing. They actually recommend you don't even wash it off right away. Like you let them.
It's like one of those face masks. Exactly. Like a sheet mask.
So we all had it, you know. So
did you rub it into your own skin, like baby?
No.
Like I feel like that's the essence of you.
Placenta apparently is good for your skin.
Oh, did you eat your placenta? What did you do with your placenta?
I'll tell you about the placenta in a second.
Oh,
that's a story of its own.
If she would have said yes, I would have just gotten up and walked out. But I live here.
I would have had questions.
I live here.
I would have had cooking-based questions.
Exactly. Like,
how did you prepare it? Was there a wine pairing?
Just have it raw.
What was the flavor profile? Mouthfeel. Questions.
I know.
Mouthfeel.
It's supposed to have a lot of nutrients in it. Like, I don't know.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
So they took Grayson away within like I think like a minute.
Because he's a young one. Because
he was like premature. They're like, all right, we have to go take him now to make sure he's good. So they whisk him away, and he was on the other side of the room, and like all like nurses and doctors went to see him, so I couldn't really see what's happening. And I was like, Eric, go like find out for me and report back. And so he came back and just showed me a picture of Grayson on the weigh scale table, and he was only 4 pounds 11 ounces. So he was a little small baby. Oh my god! And we thought he was already gonna be at least 5 pounds something, because my last ultrasound a few days earlier, they said he was like 5 pounds 2 ounces or something. I'm like, all right, he's gonna be like. I just was surprised he was like in the 4 pound range.
Yeah, so that's like half what I was when I was born.
Oh really? Yeah,
I think I was 8 pounds.
I
was an 8 pounder too.
I don't know what I was.
Pounder.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know. We just bonded over our baby weight. I
have no clue how much I weighed.
Yeah, I have to call your mom.
None.
Ask her.
She probably doesn't.
I mean, I don't know.
She would remember that.
I'll Google her.
I feel like, I want to know how much my exact weight was. I want to know the exact time I was born as well, because I want to know what my rising sign is.
Oh yeah,
that's how you find out what your rising sign is.
At
I know what time I was
3
born,
a.m.
so I know that.
You know the exact time?
Yeah, I was born 10/27. 10 days early on April 10th.
Do you know what your rising sign is based on that?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I did do it to find out.
I
know I'm not a cusp. I know I'm straight up Aries, but I forget what my rising sign was.
I think I have a feeling that I'm an Aries rising.
I haven't redone it because I redo it every time I have a serious crush on someone, because I want to see if we're compatible.
I mean, it's one of those things, we don't care about astrology until we have to think about compatibility.
I love it, and you better believe I check it on every boy that I even slightly fancy. 100%.
I don't know, I've kind of fallen away from that, because I've had boys that I'm ideally perfectly compatible with, and then it doesn't work out. I'm like, did you not read our horoscope?
Were you not aware that our star signs were intertwined? What is wrong with you?
And now my husband is technically not that compatible with me.
What's his sign?
He's a Sagittarius.
I don't think I've dated a Sagittarius. What's their deal? Sarah made a face like they have a deal.
Taylor Swift's a Sagittarius.
Oh, that explains everything.
She's born.
No.
She's 1 day younger than Eric.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Shit.
I can't wait for her to get pregnant.
I know, but Eric doesn't write songs, so I'm fine.
You're fine.
I bet when she gets pregnant, she does a bullshit lullaby album. Complete with a song she wrote about her baby for her baby.
We can reference this in the
future. That becomes a disgusting semi-classic. Mark my words. Mark my words.
Oh my god. Taylor Swift with a baby.
I can't wait.
Okay.
I'm still mad we didn't get Taylor Swift babies.
But the astrology thing, it's whenever I am very frustrated with a guy I like, I'm like, you're probably a Taurus. Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, the most frustrating dude
More
I
than
dated was a Taurus.
You're a fucking Taurus.
Yeah. Taurus are supposed to be compatible with me.
That would explain a lot.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Probably because I can deal with this frustration.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only time I really dated a star sign, I was like, this is what's wrong, was when I dated a Gemini. And I was like, never again. You are literally everything about this, and I hate it.
There's a really good Instagram. I'll send it to you guys. That's memes about astrology.
Do it. I love that shit. I love astrology. I eat that up.
It's great. There was one that was it was showing the three people, there's someone running away and someone running, and it's this is me. This is the guy you left me for, that type of meme. And it was emotional stability. And it was the Pisces running away from that, going towards something emotional distraughtness or something like that to keep things interesting. And I was like, that's perfect. And
I think almost more than horoscope compatibility, I like the personality test compatibilities.
Ooh, do you know what you are?
Yeah, I'm ENFP.
What?
And I think
we're the same.
Yeah, I think we posted one. So
literally no idea what I am.
You should test it.
I should.
ENFPs are awesome.
Yeah, so I remember seeing that on yours. I'm like, that makes sense because we're friends and we would totally understand each other.
You got me.
Yeah.
You got me.
No. So I think those were.
Where were we before we went into astrology?
About me pushing out.
Yeah. She had just pushed out a baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Pushing. Oh yeah, we were talking about the cutting.
Yes.
So yeah, it was painful as shit, but then he came out. So
yeah, and then immediately after, what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to give birth to the placenta. Basically.
Okay, let's talk about it. Welcome, live streamers. Whoever's watching, we're talking
placenta. Yes. So my placenta decided to basically shred when it was coming out, which I guess can happen. It was just it tore apart or something. So part of it was still in me, and then part of it, my doctor's here's part of it, but it's not all here.
Did you see it?
No. I was just lying back, being like, just make it over. I didn't care at that point. I was like, the baby's out. Like, I'm alive still. Like,
Yeah.
I just birthed a human.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good job.
Fuck yeah.
Ding that bell for pushing out a human.
Yes.
God damn.
You are amazing. You're an inspiration.
Well, I mean, so are many women, I guess, by that standard.
So fucking true.
Oh man, it happens every day.
Yeah, I don't think
Probably
it makes you like a woman, but I think it is a very womanly experience.
I can't, like, I can only imagine.
Well, I mean, you could
Cue war music in my head as I'm imagining what that would be like.
Yeah, it's like, I think a beautiful experience. Obviously, there's parts that are not and parts that are disgusting.
Did you have any complications with the remaining placenta?
So I had to go for like a D&C right after. It's like an emergency type surgery because you can get like bad things can happen, I guess, if the placenta doesn't come out.
Yep.
So I didn't want that. So they just sent me in for surgery. So when I woke up a few hours later, they actually put me out for that, I guess. So, or I just don't remember it on whatever drugs they gave me.
It was all a blur.
Yeah, so I wake up like a few hours later, like my legs are completely numb. Like I couldn't, which was such a weird feeling to have like basically like useless legs.
That's insane.
Like I wouldn't have been able to stand up.
Ugh.
Yeah, completely not functioning. So I'm just lying in bed.
That's because you're pushing that button too much, Lindsay. You're like, give me more.
They gave me a new set of drugs for like
Bless them.
the D&C.
Oh, right, okay.
So yeah, my legs were completely gone. I mean, maybe part of it was the epidural, but like I said, like because I started like I just got the epidural and all of a sudden like baby stuff was happening. Like that's why I didn't get the full effects probably then, I guess.
Right, that makes sense.
So yeah, I just woke up and like the nurse brought me some water and she's like, you're just gonna have to wait this out for a little while. Your legs will come back to you. I'm like, okay.
You'll get your birth legs, like your sea legs.
I can't imagine what would be going through your... Like, me as a very hyper paranoid person, if that was me, like, I would just be like, I'm paralyzed.
Well,
I'm paralyzed. This is
my
it.
big thing on my mind was like, is Grayson okay? Like, where is he? Like, where's Eric? Where's everyone?
This is why I should not be a parent.
I mean, if you spent the time growing a baby, you probably wouldn't.
That's true. No, you're 100% correct when you say that. That it takes over everything.
Yeah. So I was just, I'm like, I want updates, and they're like, oh, he's fine. Like, he's just in the NICU, but everything's good. And it's like, okay. So that kind of gave me enough like relief that I could relax. Right. And then they ended up bringing me to my hotel room.
Mom brain.
Those were some good drugs. Like picturing a whole other like.
I mean, I did get my own room, which was very nice.
Oh, in America, that is like beyond.
That's standard in America.
Is it?
This hospital.
I thought you had to pay more for that.
This hospital only had private rooms.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what? I mean, it was decent. Like, it had a nice TV. Actually, it had a pretty nice TV. But when I got there, like, I guess, like, Eric was supposed to bring my stuff there, but like he didn't know where the room was. So I was just in this empty room and I was trying to remember his number to call from the phone. I couldn't remember it. And I was like,
well, who remembers phone numbers?
Nobody.
No one.
I know his number now though, because after sitting in a room, like half paralyzed, waiting for someone to come see me.
Oh my God. Because we have to remember too, like you're there, like you don't have family there.
Yeah. And I couldn't make long distance calls because I would have called like my mom or something.
Yeah.
You're like, you're on your own. That's crazy.
Yeah. So eventually, like, I guess Eric found me. Like, he was feeling the same way because he didn't know what was up. And they told him he couldn't see Grayson until I was ready to go see Grace. Like, you have to wait for the mom.
Oh, that makes sense. I like that. That's very nice.
It does. But, like, I would have been fine. Like, if I could have pre-approved, like...
I was going to say, it's a shame they don't have a pre-approval thing you could do.
Yeah, I was like, are you cool with...
Who are the following people who can see the
father of
baby
your child
if
to
you
see
are
him?
not?
Like,
Yeah.
I was like, of
or more
course.
importantly, who are the people you don't want to see you and the baby? Because...
Yeah, I mean...
My list would be...
There are actually hospital's duty lists of those.
Oh, shit. Like, it's like a black
Because
list.
honestly, like, a lot of people are like, oh, I want to come visit you in the hospital. And it's like, you don't.
You don't need to be here.
No.
Not for this.
I mean, it depends maybe how your labor went. If you had one of those miracle births where everything's perfect and you have a photo on Instagram right after.
Fuck you.
With your hair done.
So yeah, we talked
Scammers.
briefly about this at dinner. So the idea of like recovery and how social media skews that quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I think media and movies and
Yeah, I know. I think if you have like a birth with no complications and your baby is on time for the most part, maybe you can have that experience. But like for me, I didn't know, when I didn't expect to go into labor early. I actually had a pedicure plan before this all happened.
I love you, Lindsay.
oh my god,
You're perfect.
did you have a bag planned?
Flawless.
Did you have a bag packed? Like a hospital bag?
Not the first time I went in, but after like we had that scare, I did pack a bag.
That was smart.
Because we just didn't know at that point if he was coming early, so I'm like, I might as well throw some stuff in a bag.
Wouldn't hurt.
Right.
No problem having
Exactly.
it around, just in case.
I had just actually recently bought what I called my post-birth pants.
Oh.
Just
Post-birth pants.
Yeah, they were just basically a comfy pair of like...
That's smart.
Like yoga sweatpants.
Smart.
Nice.
Yeah, smart.
I was like, this is what I'm going to wear when I leave the hospital.
Perfect.
And this like built-in bra tank top that I can feed my
I've
baby.
heard that maternity
Smart.
pants are very comfortable.
I've heard that too.
I honestly like had a hard time adjusting back to real clothes. I was like, I just want to wear maternity things forever.
Like, if you had got like some slim fit maternity gear, do you think anyone would know it's maternity gear?
I had a friend.
A lot of maternity gear is now very chic.
I had a friend, my friend Sandra, suggest to me to just go get them.
I wouldn't. I think you know what, Sarah.
Also,
let's go try on some maternity.
We should
jeans.
pretend that we are pregnant when we go into the store.
Yeah.
And
Trish, try them on
and just see how. Yeah.
I actually didn't own any maternity jeans
because I was so little. I didn't need to.
You wore a lot of dresses
because
you're a goddess.
I'm perfect.
Okay, wait. I was pregnant in the summer. I don't wear jeans in the summer.
No, who wears jeans in the summer? No,
I don't wear them normally anyway.
No, never. No jeans in the summer.
I had one pair of jeans that I bought when I was pregnant, and they were super stretchy, but I felt like they would like be good for post birth too, because like they would be stretchy enough. So I had the pair because otherwise all the pants I did have, like I'd have to have them unbuttoned. And I had one of those maternity bands, which is actually a cheaper way to go. You just get the band. It covers up like the fact that your pants aren't done up.
Really?
Yeah.
This is fascinating.
I never knew that.
I didn't know that was a thing.
So I just bought one of those and
they got all the tricks, these pregnant ladies.
Yeah. I swore the pants I already had. I'm like, I'm not buying like maternity pants because the jeans did not look comfortable. Now the leggings, yes.
Oh.
Leggings are fine. But I bought a lot of maternity dresses and I still wear them.
well, I mean, why not? I mean, it's a dress. It's just fabric. It makes sense that you'd be able to get some you could wear.
That are like, like you almost wouldn't even know they're maternity dresses, but they have like the bands up here so you can grow.
Oh, that's really nice. It's like more of an Empire Waist style kind of thing then.
So
perfect.
I just bought a few dresses like that and I was like, I'm good to go.
That's good. Because I mean, I've always looked at maternity stores while walking past, because I mean, I used to work in a mall for a long time, so I would walk past all the time.
Yeah.
And I would always wonder, like, A, it's great that those maternity fashions are available for ladies, but B, how much do they really buy? Like, because it's only 9 months, but still, you want to be comfortable for those 9 months. So I always kind of wondered, like, like, and I'm sure there are a lot of women that might need like a special occasion piece or that kind of thing, but I was like, do they revamp the whole wardrobe? Do they just get a couple things? Like, it's obviously a business or these stores wouldn't exist. So
and it depends. Honestly, I found maternity stores were horrible. Like, I felt like I was in like Reitman's, but for like pregnancy, and I just like I know what you mean.
Reitman's has like, and I'm not slamming anyone that likes Reitman's because there are some cute things.
There definitely are.
But overall, it's very cookie cutter, very like.
It's kind of. I feel
this
like
is the box this fashion fits
I
into.
imagine like my mom would go in and be like, like
it's of a certain style and age,
mature and. Like, there's definitely, like you said, like, nice pieces, but I feel like I'd have to be, it's like kind of like a business casual or like,
I don't think I could ever buy it from there.
No, it's just not my style.
I walk past Reitman's every time I'm in the mall and I'm just like, no.
Which is weird because I used to buy some things there when I was younger.
They were cuter back in the day, weren't they? I feel the same way. I had some Raven shit, and now I just feel like it's very like, I work in an office where I have a cubicle. And
I want to go on like Zara. Terrible.
I've never really shopped at Zara.
I know.
Boxy. Everything is boxy.
Ew, I hate boxy shit.
Where's the shape? Like I don't have the body type for baggy, boxy, flowy stuff.
I don't either.
Like, I need
Makes me
some
look dumpy.
structure to what I wear, and I need some shape to it. And I feel like Zara and, like, places like that. H&M is pretty bad, too, but, like, they're better.
I kind of
They have more... You have to fish for it, but you'll find it.
I kind of like Dynamite, but their stuff doesn't wash very well.
Yeah, I find that it looks worn
And
quickly.
everything says it needs to be dry clean only, and I'm like, why?
I know, everything says wash by hand. I'm like, so gentle, like delicate cycle.
I know, and I try to do that, but it still ends up looking a little bit like the colors fade really quickly on their shit, which is a shame because they're nice stuff.
And I love Dynamite. I have something. It depends on the material, I think.
I think that's the key. I think I'm just picking at stuff that are like the wrong materials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, one store I shopped at when I was pregnant a lot, which they actually have like a, regular line too. It was called Pink Blush.
Oh, that sounds cute.
So that's where I got some of my maternity dresses. I really like them.
Good.
And they usually had some sales on and stuff. So
I think sales are probably key.
Yeah, because I didn't want to spend a lot on like dresses I didn't know if I was going to wear again, but I tried to pick stuff I could wear again. I still wear them. I almost wore one tonight. I should have done that to like really emphasize the point.
Oh my god,
we all showed up in dresses tonight. Like
because it's Nova Scotia in August. Are we insane?
Yeah, it's actually, and we have lights on us right now.
It's actually much cooler, and I don't know if it's just because I'm sitting by the window, but it's cool. There's a nice breeze.
It's not as bad as it was yesterday.
The humidity's gone down a lot.
Mm-hmm. So what was the recovery? What was it like? How long in the hospital?
What was the recovery like?
I was there for about 2.5 days.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's what I would
have been discharged earlier, but basically because I had the DNC, they had to give me like antibiotics and stuff. Okay. So they had to wait for like some of my levels to get back up, and I lost a ton of blood, so they had to give me iron and everything.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So Eric described the birth scene like it was just like a bloodbath. He's like, it looks like someone was murdered here. I'm like,
well, it's a messy business.
Like,
this birth
this
thing.
is a life-giving event. Yeah.
It's like a murder scene.
I was like, I don't care. Like, that's just what happened. But it was a lot of blood.
Dear God.
Yeah. And then the thing I didn't really read much about this sort of thing until it was, I guess I kept thinking like I have some more time to do my homework. So, like I knew I'd have to wear like pads after, but I didn't know I'd have to wear a full-on adult diaper for.
Did you have to wear a diaper?
Oh, they're heavy-duty pads.
Like okay, was it an actual diaper or just a really thick pad?
It's like the queen of pads.
Yeah. It's like you have to wear a ginormous pad inside another ginormous pad, and then you wear a diaper to hold them all in.
The pad is so big, regular underwear can't really contain it?
Yeah, actually, if you, I don't know if you, do you follow Chrissy Teigen on Instagram?
Yeah. I love her.
I don't follow her on Instagram.
She is a goddess.
So she did a post recently where she's wearing this underwear that I'm talking about.
I'm gonna find it.
Yeah.
I'll look her up.
Yeah, look it up because then you'll know what I'm talking about.
Oh, who is it? There's a really great lady comic that did a great stand-up.
Oh, Ali Wong. Yeah, she was referencing Ali Wong.
Oh my god,
I loved her.
Wong's second show about the realty of birth was incredible.
So you already know all the details.
Yeah, steal the pants, steal the underwear.
I love
steal the underwear. It's like what they put pears in to protect them.
Yeah. So that's what you wear. Like it's not a lie. That's what you wear.
I mean, like, when I have, like, my cervical biopsies, they give you huge pads.
They do.
Wear.
They do.
It's I'm stupid. Like, this last time that I had it, I was fully prepared. I even went out and bought some pads. Like, I bought my own, because I was like, I'm not going to wear what you're giving me.
They're shit.
And I didn't end up actually, like, bleeding anything out. Okay. And I was just like, fuck.
Of course, but if you didn't buy them.
Then your underwear would be ruined. Yep.
I know.
That's just how it goes.
I had to be prepared, but... Ugh, not
so... Also, after birth, no woman can walk properly.
Oh, God, no. I can't imagine.
Push the baby out.
Eric was like, normal. Everyone around here is waddling. It's hilarious. I'm like,
fuck
hilarious.
You're dead.
He's like, do you want to race? I'm like,
Do you want to be in this
Because
hospital?
it hurts to walk.
Would you like to be in this hospital for completely different reasons than sporting
It's
me? 'Cause
just
I'll
like
put you
it just
there.
feels so like I don't know, like everything was just ripped apart down there.
Jesus Christ.
I will never do that to you. You are safe. You are safe.
And I knew I just got stitches down there, so I was like, this is, once like the
How
numbness.
I love how I'm asking very detailed questions.
I want to say there was at least like 7 or 8. I don't know.
That's a lot of stitches.
Yeah, I say my cut was probably like a good inch and a half. Inch and a half. Maybe.
Children are overrated.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
That was like my worst fear. And like I had to like, clean it all the time too.
Oh,
so like.
So wait, okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna get real detailed here.
This is
Where's the
fascinating.
cut?
All right. So if this is my vagina, it's
It's here, right? The bottom?
on the bottom,
Yeah.
off to the side. Yeah. And the reason my doctor said she cut was because she didn't want it to tear like in a wrong, like the bad spot, like
That's
because you
fair.
can sometimes tear like down
Straight
to your
down,
butt.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
Like
want that.
Again,
not
You
what
don't want that.
listen to Melanie and Saunders' episode. They talk about it.
You got the whole butt tear?
Yeah.
I will never listen to that episode.
Melanie.
I bet it's great.
Melanie,
Props
I
to
love
ladies.
you.
I'm not listening to it. No.
Love you, Melanie.
See, like that's like the things I'm grateful for today is that I didn't have that because it was so painful. Like every time I sat down, I was like,
Oh, if I had a
pain.
choice between like my body tearing and a doctor being like, I will helpfully cut you in a place that
yeah,
will heal
she's
better.
like-
Yeah, that's fair.
I would be
It's
like,
more
get
controlled.
out your scissors.
Yeah.
It's more controlled.
They know where to go.
They are a professional. It's not like
Yep.
having your friend cut your hair.
Yeah.
Like you're getting the high class. You're getting the hairdresser professional. Like someone is down there. Like no offense, I love you guys, but you never cut my vagina. Like that's never happened.
I wouldn't even trust myself to cut your
I
hair.
mean,
no, I would never go near someone's vagina.
at least I know like kind of where to do it. Like
I guess
We
you've
can
been through
imagine
it.
stars.
If I had to pick someone, I'd pick Lindsay because she's
Same.
been through it. So yeah.
Lindsay, you're on vagina cutting duty for
all
us.
right, I'll do
Yeah.
it.
Oh my God.
You're fine. You're fine.
What are we even talking about?
You will not need to worry about
That's
me.
why I recommend
You're
all women
good.
start massaging their vaginas as soon as they find out they're pregnant.
You should be
Just start
massaging
doing it
your
now.
vagina anyway, ladies.
It's
True.
Mm-hmm.
It's homework for everyone who
Always
listens to this
massage.
episode.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it supple.
You just massage. Just okay. Yeah. Wow.
Just get in there. Just get in there.
I mean,
get a nice oil.
Because
Take
they
your
say
time.
like
light
you
some
should bang
candles.
if you want to go into labor, but like
Actually, the doctors told me that might have been why I went to labor early.
He banged that baby right out of you. Lindsay. High five. Big gal. Proud of you.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
I told you that. They were like that might have been why.
I've never heard of
Did they
that.
ask if you had sex recently? Is that
Yeah, they did. Like, because when I went into like that first labor on
Yeah.
the Sunday, they're like, "So, have you guys been having sex?" Yeah.
Well, guess why you're
Like-
here.
Ooh, what's pregnant sex like?
You're on top a lot, aren't you?
Not at the end. No, I was like, I'm not moving. Like, you can
That's
get
fair.
on top of me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Mm.
Eric was kind of like, for a while, I think he didn't know how he was gonna feel like if I'm pregnant, and like it's
That's fair. I mean, I feel like
I
if
don't
I was a
blame
dude and I was banging a lady and then suddenly she's like, let's have sex, and she's growing my child, I'd be a little like, I need to think about that.
I know. He kept saying, he's like, if you get any bigger, it's not happening. I'm like,
Oh,
and
Fuck you.
no, not in like a you're fat type of thing.
More
but,
of
like,
a-
more
like
of
a logistical kind of way.
Yeah,
no,
you have to
like
figure
no,
out-
just like he's like I might feel weird if there's a baby there. And
like if it's real, if it's yeah,
that's fair.
That's totally fair.
That
yeah,
makes sense.
he's like
I
I don't
can
want to
see
like
that.
be like hurting my baby or something. I'm like,
But
you're
that's
not
how you
gonna
get
hurt
dimples.
me.
Too. It's not your dicks aren't that big.
They
people.
think their dicks are so big.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
They think their dicks are so
Oh,
big.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
don't get that. No.
Well,
the baby's way up
I
here,
mean,
guys.
near the
Like,
end,
you're
I'm
good.
pretty sure I could feel Grayson's head right down there, but I was not going to tell Eric that because I didn't want to like scare him off.
And that's why she ended up in early labor.
I mean, they don't know for sure because I never will know. I didn't have any like risk, but Dr. Hilchi over here.
Yep.
Oh my
Fully
gosh.
certified in bullshit
That's
doctory
so
quackery.
funny.
I never even thought that was a thing, but it makes sense why I would.
Yeah, some people like use that method to induce labor, I'm sure.
Makes sense.
But I don't know.
That's the funnest one.
I mean, if I had to pick a method, I would pick that one.
Exactly. You can do it from home. It's easy.
Yeah.
You know.
Cost effective.
Exactly.
Oh, man. So how did you adjust to having a... Okay, like moving from the birth stuff to the actual motherhood stuff.
Bringing the baby home
Yeah,
first
what was
time.
that like?
What was that?
Did you... Because they say, like, yeah, no one's gonna know what to do, but you just figure it out. Like that.
We read no books.
The only thing you need to know is you're not sleeping, but other than that, figure it out, have fun.
We had the not luxury because it was terrible, but Grayson, because he stayed in the hospital for another week, we kind of got to ask the nurses questions. We got to see what they were doing.
Oh, that's
like,
fun. That's
and
handy.
like, so they taught us a lot in that week where like we didn't have to be fully responsible for the life yet.
Oh, okay. You got like a trial period.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I guess that's the trade-off of having a baby early, because I was going to read like something.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'll wait.
Procrastination.
Yeah. And then I got
that would be me too.
hands-on learning.
I'd be reading it while in labor. Like, what did I do?
I know I meant to read it. I bought it way earlier. I just didn't get around to it.
Yeah, exactly.
What are the important chapters? Just tell me.
And then all of a sudden it's too late, and then you don't have any time to read anything. You're like, oh, well, we'll figure this out.
How do I keep it alive?
Exactly.
Basically, right? Like, I feel like that's the main thing.
Well, yeah, so the night we brought Grayson home, he was like, it was around like dinner time. We took him in. He was just sleeping peacefully in his little rocker. And we're like, this isn't so bad. This is pretty easy. We watched a movie. We had dinner.
Poor innocent fools.
I know. And then it was around like 11 o'clock. We're like, all right, let's go to bed now. Let's bring Grayson into the room, sit him in his little bassinet. We're like, all right, good night, Grayson. Go to bed.
And it began.
And then it gets louder and louder. We're like, oh shit, all right. Like, so we feed him, and then he's still not happy. We change him, still not happy. We're like, this is our life now.
I want to go back to when we went to your house today and we were leaving, and you were giving your parents like the rundown.
It's amazing.
And then you were like, if he cries, just, like, try the bottle, try rocking him around, and then it should be fine. Like, it was great. Exactly. I was like, sweet.
Love that
it's way more like...
Right? I love that you're not one of those super paranoid helicopter moms that is like, call me immediately if he cries too much or too long or blah, 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 blah. Like, you're so realistic.
I was
and
like, please
actually,
don't cry
like,
me. Tell me
don't
if
call
cry.
me. I don't want to know. Like, let me have a night off. My God.
Exactly.
You obviously raised me and my brother, and we lived. Therefore, you can manage this.
Both my parents, my brother are looking after him tonight.
Three people in one
if
baby?
3 people can't handle
He's gotta be fine.
I mean, you guys have bigger problems.
What's it like when you first leave? Like, obviously you're with the baby for a long time after, but like leaving them with somebody for a night and going out. What was that first time like? Were you like very nervous? Or
well, not really for me, because the people we've left Grayson with so far are people we know.
They've mostly been family, right?
Yeah, it's been mostly family and
That's
close
good.
friends.
I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah, so if I were leaving Grayson with someone I did not know, I don't know if I could. That would be like weird to me. I don't know if I'd be ready to do that.
That makes sense. I mean, he's still so young, and
yeah, and like I know Grayson like doesn't love strangers because like he's just very picky. Like he has to like.
I want to note he cried the loudest with me.
It was like, oh my God, it was like magic. Lindsay was like, he does not like when anyone other than me holds him. I held him and he started whining. The second Lindsay, her hands touched him, it was like a switch got flicked. Then she did it again with Sarah, and again, like magic. The second you picked that baby up from Sarah, he was fine. But the minute he left your arms, cry fest. It was amazing.
No, sometimes he's good and he's okay with it, but I knew he was in like one of the moods where he wasn't.
What's it like having a guy need you so much?
Aww. Sarah! Breaking my heart, girl!
I mean...
Oh my God.
What is it like? Is it nice?
It's like... it's partly annoying, but also partly like I feel so special that he loves me so much.
Like it's
That's
it's
interesting the common threads I'm hearing from moms. Like
it's validating.
Yeah, like just the idea of that like he needs you more than like you are his world.
Yeah.
At this point.
At the same time, like if he, loved Eric the most, I would be so heartbroken. He loves him second most, to be fair.
I would hope.
Yeah.
I love how we're making this kid choose a hierarchy already.
Immediately.
He's not even a year old.
This is the phase where babies go through where like mom is number one, I think.
I think do they not go through phases like mom's number one and then all of a sudden they're into dad and then they go back? Do they go back and forth? Like,
Eric will have his moment. But right now it's my moment.
Until they turn into a teenager, in which case they hate both of you.
Exactly.
But like, yeah.
And he'll be calling you and be like, what the hell is up with them?
And I'll be like, honey, your mom and dad are just people. You have to keep that in mind. Now come over here and we'll smoke some dope and we'll watch some anime.
Exactly.
I'm that aunt. I would never give your kid dope.
It'll be legal here at one point.
Yeah, but I don't think any child should have regular access to marijuana until you're like past 25 because I think that's when your brain development stops.
I am not giving my son any drugs.
No, because there's a point where your brain is still developing and until you hit that threshold, you shouldn't have any of those substances, which I totally believe because it's a scientific bullshit thing. Like, makes sense.
And I know I drank, as a teenager, but if Grayson, I would encourage him, I guess, to like not do stuff so soon because you do have a lot of development that happens. And
I was going to ask, how do you think you're going? Such a vague question, and like, there's no way. I was going to say, like, how do you plan on raising him?
What is your parenting style?
That's the question I need.
Yeah.
What's your parenting style?
Well, I guess I'm still trying to come into it.
Oh my God, I just realized you have to guide this creature. I'm not worried because Lindsay will do a good job.
So I think we're very much on the same page, I think, of how we want to raise Grayson. And I just hope I raise him in a way that he's a thoughtful person. He's always kind.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Someone who can think about things in the bigger picture. And before they judge people, think about from their perspectives.
Yeah.
So I want him to go through life like that. I also want him to, know that we're always there for him, and I don't want him to feel like he can't talk to us. And I think it's really easy for parents to become that annoying figure or that person that you don't want to you want to avoid as you get older. So I hope we can I'm not expecting him to not be annoyed with us in the future, but I hope that at the end of the day he knows he can always come to us and we'll always be there for him.
Aww. Perfect.
I love that.
And I think Eric and I have talked about a lot of stuff. You guys do the Me Too podcast, and as a young boy, we want him to grow up, knowing what's okay, what's not, and we don't want him to run into issues where
shield him from the horrible toxic masculinity of society.
Dang. That's great. I like that you mentioned that because we can't rely always on sexual education because that might not.
Oh, it's not even. She's in America. It doesn't exist there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to teach our son a lot. So
at least you're aware of the gaps. So you're and you want to fill them, which is more than a lot of parents do.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
So I hope that he'll grow up to be just a respectful person and
100%.
Not someone that I have to.
I think that's all you can ask for, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you having fun with it?
I love it.
I feel like you're just genuinely looking like you're loving it.
Yeah. I take him on little adventures and we try to we play with him, and I took him to the zoo a few weeks ago.
What was that like?
It was just so I was trying to get him to see the little animals. There was some gorillas I was showing him, and he seemed kind of interested. We also went to this nature museum where they had this little waterway display. So I was getting his feet in the water, and he seemed interested in that. So I just can't wait as he grows that I can show him more things and I could just relive childhood almost.
Yeah.
Oh, completely.
That's probably part of the fun. I would imagine.
Yeah.
Being a kid again yourself a little bit.
I know.
I think that's also something so kind of weird for our generation because there's so much that is around still from when we were kids that is now relevant to the next generation, and it's you're playing with the same kind of toys and the same properties that we were.
And apparently still Beyblades, as we found out today.
I've never heard tell of this.
Still a thing.
I didn't even know about these things.
At the carnival, there was a straight up Beyblade tournament thing. Are they real? Is that still a thing?
I did not
briefly
know.
describe what they are.
Oh, it's like battle tops. Essentially, from what I was a little older when Beyblades came along. The kids I babysat for were involved in Beyblades.
My little brother.
So I was never into it myself. I remember it being, I believe, an anime. And I don't know if it was an American fake anime or a real anime, but it was basically like you had these tops, like creatures, and you spun them, and then they hit each other. Yeah, and then one would knock the other out of the ring.
Like, to me, it kind of seemed dumb, but
it was a weird really Pokemon-esque knockoff, maybe. But I mean, I don't. It was one of those that popular time of like catching things and making them fight each other. It was part of that genre.
Yeah,
like
so
Pokemon,
weird.
Digimon, all that stuff. Yu-Gi-Oh.
Apparently, it's still alive and well.
Is Beyblade a thing, or are we just hopelessly out of touch?
I mean, they were there.
I already know the answer to that question. It's a yes. But is this like on top of that?
Damn. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fun.
All I know is your kid is going to play with Power Rangers and Pokemon because they're going to outlive all of us.
This is going to be the nerdiest child.
I'm so pleased.
It's true. Like, we already have this huge like comic book collection that I mean, Eric's hoping he doesn't destroy, but
don't let him touch those.
Yeah, I'm like, you can touch them when you're old enough.
Yeah, because he's not right now. Like when he's like 7, and even then.
I know he's in the rippy
No, you know what?
stage.
10.
That's
I feel.
a good age.
That's when. That's not. It's not that so much when they're disrespectful, because you can raise a respectful child. I think at 4 or whatever. That's when they're out of, I think, the sticky phase.
Yeah,
where their hands are always gross. And they wreck everything they touch just because they're sticky.
He's in the grabby rippy phase.
Children are sticky.
Terry.
I can't believe we're talking about Blade in this, our year 2018.
What
I
year is
I
it?
thought it was dead.
Shall we play a game, ladies?
Oh, yes. Lindsay said she had a game for us. I'm very excited.
So, okay. We're gonna take it back to, ooh, jeez. This is why I need new tables, everyone. I need another mic arm, because it's just...
Join her Patreon.
It is.
Let her help her
You've
afford
had this
tables.
since we lived together.
I know! These fucking tables.
They were in our apartment. I
They're
remember
really,
them.
really shitty, but they are what they are.
I remember this couch, too.
Yeah, and this one.
Oh, shit. I see a comment. I can't.
This one definitely was.
Yeah, this one was definitely there.
Yeah.
Nothing will live on longer than Lego.
Oh, because Lego's a classic. Lego's a classic.
That's a good point.
Can't not have Lego.
Actually, Eric and I already talked about Lego. Like, will Grayson have Lego? I'm like, obviously. And
how
Eric's
else
like,
will he learn to
I don't
build
want him to
things?
have Lego because what if I step on those pieces and it hurts?
I birthed a child. Get over yourself. You will step on a Lego piece from time to time.
And he always wears slippers, so your feet are fine.
I question his priorities.
Oh, man.
I'll have a talk.
I'm going to get him, like, you tell him I'm getting him Lego for Christmas.
Please do.
I will.
I cannot wait.
Oh my God, we have a nephew to buy Christmas presents
do.
for.
Yes, and you're
Be cheap because I'm broke.
you don't have to. You can just come visit sometime.
I want to visit so bad.
Yeah, I would like to come to Chicago.
We're
Yeah.
we're gonna try.
We're gonna
girl
let's
trip.
try to go.
Girl trip.
So, but we're gonna play a game of who's more likely to.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pose a question, and just amongst us three, this might get ugly.
I'm excited.
Let's just vow to not get offended
Promise.
by any of these answers. I will pose. We won't go around the table even. We'll just discuss. Okay. So, who's more likely to have been in their room because of spiders?
Because we're afraid of them?
Shannon.
Me.
100%.
Are you?
I'm terrified of spiders.
She's got me to like take
Yeah,
out bugs.
I've had
and then
you-
I
I've had
was
you
so
get rid of
like
them.
nice to the
Hate
spiders.
'em.
I'm like, all right, go outside, spider. Don't
That's
let her
what.
know.
See, that's like
You're like unfazed.
I fully realize my fear is irrational because they are tiny creatures just trying to live their own life, and like I stare at one and I'm like, it's okay. It's
they get
okay
rid
that
of
that
it.
spider's
Quite
there.
terrifying when
but
they're big,
then
though.
the spider moves and my whole body goes no, so I can't help it.
Yeah,
That's me.
I would agree. I
100%
think
me.
I think you're the least bad, and I'm in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the worst. I hate them.
Yeah,
Can't
I
I
do it.
don't like
100%
other bugs
know
though, like beetles and June bugs.
Oh, we actually
Oh, June bugs, fuck them.
cockroaches are the worst. Because
an
even they
American
bother
problem.
me. We found a cockroach in our kitchen
Nasty.
recently, and
No.
it was literally like almost like 2 inches long. And like we couldn't even go in our kitchen for the rest of the day. Like it's the only bug we've ever found. We don't know where it came from. But it's still like it still bothers me.
Hate everything about that.
Not a fan of bugs. Not a fan of flies. Flies bug me. Fuck off, flies.
That's true. Annoying.
And bees. I know that they're dying out.
Oh, bees are
I know I
nice.
shouldn't. I know.
Give
I know.
honey.
Sarah, we will be
I'm
fucked without the bees.
I'm a terrible person, but I fucking hate them.
If you're
Stay away from
if
me.
you're quiet, they'll let you pet them.
They
You're
don't
soft.
they don't want to hurt you.
You're
They just want to
fuzzy.
make honey.
You're
Oh no, and trust me, I would never swat at them, but I will run away from
Oh,
them.
that's my pet peeve. Is someone who like swats at a bee or wasp or hornet in front of me. I'm like, if you make it angry and it thinks
I'm
I did it,
collateral damage.
Yeah.
You're aggroing that animal.
I was like, you can swat
Dicks.
them over there. Like,
Those people are
don't make
dicks.
him angry, and then he comes after me.
Straight up dicks.
This one I don't. Okay. Who's most likely to accept a plea bargain for a crime they didn't commit?
Sarah.
What?
Yeah,
that was like almost instant.
No, I can see you folding.
I'm confused about this.
folding.
What does this mean? What does this mean?
So you would be more likely to be like, whatever, just give me a bargain. Like, I didn't do it, but like, I'm just done with this.
If
bullshit.
this will make it go away, I accept it.
Yeah.
It's you, Sarah. It's you.
That would be me. Who's most likely to accidentally kill someone?
Sarah.
Yeah, I would be
Sarah, right? It is Sarah.
I'm so hyper aware and
I feel like it would be a sex thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill someone during sex?
Probably.
I never even do that.
Yeah.
I know you don't, but like.
Ooh. Yeah.
How the hell would I?
But I'm taking it back. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Autoerotic fixation gone wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like this next one might be me too.
Well,
Who's most likely to send a text to someone that was meant for somebody else?
I've almost done that.
Yeah.
I've done it a number of times.
Well, then it's clearly you.
sometimes, but it's
Jesus Christ.
Well, you're the one that texts the most out of all of us, I feel. So with the
I
most,
basically ignore my phone most of the
yeah,
time.
I text like 2 or 3 people, so my odds are low. So I feel like it's Sarah by default.
This one might not be me though. Who's most likely to act as a superhero in a Marvel movie? They're being specific. They said Marvel.
Marvel. I think it could be Lindsay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. You know how cosplay, girl.
She's so good. Her mystique was good as hell.
Yeah, you were Mystique. You are. Yeah. This
I'm glad the costume I did like 5 years ago is still like
So
good
good.
enough to make me like good at
It
costumes.
was great. You're so
fabulous.
talented. Grayson's
was
gonna have
fun.
some great Halloween costumes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who's most likely to set the house on fire?
Sarah.
Damn it!
That's Sarah.
Mm-hmm. That's also probably how she kills
Oh,
someone.
we should drink every time. We should drink every time the answer is us.
dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah, we can't do that to you.
Yeah, you're gonna be drunk. We're gonna be sober over here.
You gotta drink if the answer is you, so you need a drink. Drink, because you had the last one.
Yeah.
You need more. Do you want me to make another one?
Okay.
Twist her arm. Just a little.
Setting the house on fire, the answer is me, of course.
Sorry, Sarah.
Who's most likely to act as a villain in a movie?
Shannon.
Yeah.
Yeah!
I won't deny that. It's me.
You gotta drink!
I'm out of booze, actually.
You are?
I am.
You
Want a sip of mine?
See, this is why
I'll sip yours.
this is why I need a mini fridge right here. Because I always have to get up.
Oh yeah, I could go right where this is.
Yeah. Who's most likely to act in a drama play? Shannon. Right?
I was gonna almost.
Not me.
Yeah, no,
I'm not an
Shannon.
Yeah,
actress.
it's me.
You're more of an
It's
actress.
me. It's
That's
probably
true.
me.
Didn't you take
I
theater?
did. I have a theater
Yeah.
degree. This is true.
This is all Shannon.
Uh-huh. Ooh. I like how this question is phrased. Most likely to act in a porn flick. I'm not confident enough. I know that you guys might think it's...
I was
I
just
kept
thinking-
drinking.
I like. Yeah. I think any like film is probably Shannon because I'm too shy.
Thanks, guys.
Most likely to act on a crush.
I think it's Sarah.
What does that mean? Like make a move on a crush?
I think it would be
Yeah,
like,
you have that
you make a
confidence.
move. I think it'd be you.
Yeah.
You guys are cute.
It took me a year to ask my boyfriend out. It's not me.
You're pretty good at that, though.
I'm pretty good at it.
Maybe
but
it
I
should be
still-
Lindsay.
I just so rarely get the desire, like a crush enough to actually do it. But if I do really like someone, yeah.
I feel like if it's like the amount of crushes, it's Sarah. But if it's, I think you both should have a crush. I feel like of the three of us, you have more crushes than the rest of us.
I mean, that's correct.
Yeah.
Jesus
I tend to get
Christ.
fixated for a long time.
It's
so
really
that's why
easy for me to like someone.
I can't have
And that's-
multiple crushes, so it's not me.
Yeah.
I wish I could, but I can't.
Most likely to always carry hand sanitizers.
That'd probably be me.
Lindsay,
Yeah.
she's the mom.
I always have hand
New mom.
sanitizer.
She's got all the wipes, cleansers,
I actually had two
everything.
things of hand sanitizer with me, like one mini one in case I couldn't access the bigger one.
It's she worked in a hospital. It's ingrained in her at this
true.
point.
Most likely to always have a smile on his or her face.
I think it's Lindsay.
Probably.
Yeah, it's
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
I mean, like, I like when people don't see me smiling, they're like, what's wrong? I'm like, no, I just don't genuinely, it's not my default. Even though I might be in a good mood, it's not my default to be smiling.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. Most likely to annoy someone on purpose.
Drink. Just drink. There you go. Good girl. You know who you are.
I'm addicted to chaos.
You are.
She
She swears she doesn't love the drama. It just loves her.
Oh, God! I knew it! Most likely to avoid confrontations.
Yeah.
Me and you are more...
I'm pretty bad for it too, but I think it's Lindsay's number one.
We can both drink.
We'll both.
Well, when you think about like the fact that like we all
pretty
lived
terrible
together,
at it. I'm pretty
we all lived
terrible.
together.
I'm
It
getting
was,
better, but
it was me and you who got in the fight when we lived together. Not Lindsay wasn't involved in anything.
no,
It's true.
it's true.
But then to avoid confrontation, Shannon like basically didn't stay there for a
Yeah,
while.
it's true. It did bounce.
Gosh, what was it like being in the middle of that? By the way,
Bet it
was
was
that awkward for you?
Oh, there's no way it wasn't.
Yeah, but I love you both still, so it's like it'll pass.
And I honestly feel like we tried not to get you in the middle of it.
No, I tried to very much
Yeah,
like not take.
You tried
any
to stay
sides.
out, and we. Oh, you were.
'Cause, like,
you
I'm
definitely tried not to take sides.
I'm like, I was way
I was
too
very
close.
impressed. I was impressed with you and how you were trying
Switzerland
that.
I was.
You were such a Switzerland. I was like, don't you think she's wrong? And you were like, well, I don't know. I can see both sides. I was like,
That's the perfect
And
impression.
I was like, that's infuriating, but I'm really impressed.
Okay.
Yes, it was hard.
Yep.
I just missed the I just wanted to like let's just watch those Slenderman videos again and be roommates.
I know.
Ooh, most likely to bake a cake for a school trip.
Well, Lindsay.
Yeah, for
She's
sure.
the only one with school connections right now.
Some of these are dumb.
Plus, I love baking.
That's true. You bake good things. You bake good
Sometimes
things.
I just don't bake a lot, but I like,
Remember
it's
the
so
cupcakes you
therapeutic.
made? They were good.
I was actually talking about the other day. I'm like, I used to make chocolate cupcakes with Bailey's buttercream
They
icing.
were amazing.
They were really good.
Oh my
You killed
god.
those cupcakes.
They were
You really
great.
did. Let's see here. Most likely to be a government spy.
If I want that to be me.
Yeah, it would be Lindsay because she was
I
going
think
she was going to work in the government. So
Because
it's
I don't
totally Lindsay.
I don't have a good poker face.
You'd be a terrible spy.
Oh, I would be the worst spy. I would be.
I don't think I'd be very good at
I'm like,
it.
I'm not doing spy things right now.
Not at all. Nobody look at me.
And the James Bond like theme song would be her ringtone and like.
Oh my god.
I can't lie. It's correct. It's totally correct.
You can't lie. You need to
I
lie
would be posting pictures.
You need to lie to be a spy.
I'd be posting pictures with like a subtle like caption that's like I'm low key a spy.
Instagramming all your spy shit.
Look at me in my spy dress.
Look how good I look in all black.
Just doing spy things.
Just spy things. Hashtag.
Hashtag regular
God.
Tuesday night.
Most likely to be a witch or a wizard.
Shannon.
Yeah, for
I am a
sure.
witch. That's legitimate.
The fairies
I can't
follow
deny
you.
that. I thank the fairies for my butterflies I see every day.
True.
Oh my
Fairies
God.
follow you.
Most likely to be afraid to share their opinions in conversation.
Sarah.
What, really? I have a
Or
fucking
me.
podcast.
It might be me. I think it might be me, actually. I need everyone to like keep it neutral so everyone's nice. And
I think we're all pretty good at that. To be honest.
Well,
I don't think
all of us take a drink.
I mean, like, I don't think I would say maybe we're all good at it.
I think with each other we're very open, but maybe like
To other people. Oh yeah, to each other we're totally open. But when it comes to other people and situations.
yeah.
Yeah.
try to sugarcoat sometimes.
Oh my
maybe.
gosh. I really got
Sometimes you gotta make the sugar
Depends how
so thick you
invested
could
I
crack
think
it with
I
a
am
hammer.
The conversation.
No.
Most likely to be an alien.
I think Shannon.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
You have the
Sure.
mysteriousness, so like could be alien. We already were debating tonight earlier if you were a human. So
really?
remember human or robot?
All right. I am a robot.
So there you go.
Sarah keeps me in a shelf.
Beep, boop, 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 boop.
Time for podcasting.
Some of these are really weird. Like, I'm not gonna ask this one, but it's like most likely to be convicted of animal cruelty. Like, whoa!
I don't like that at all. None
Yeah,
of us.
yeah, yeah. No, we're not going there. None of us would.
Humans don't even deserve animals.
No.
We all love like I know cats. Like
Yeah, we all have pets.
yeah, that are basically our
Yeah,
children.
they are our babies. My sweet spanky
There's
boy.
this one now. Most likely to be broke again after winning the lottery.
Sarah.
Yeah, that would be gone in a
you.
day,
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, you'd have some sweet shit after.
I would. Yeah,
You'd have like a palace.
Yeah.
It would just be gone.
She would buy a Sephora,
Yes.
and I would shop
Actually,
in
you
it.
buy a Sephora franchise. That would be a good money decision, maybe.
That would actually be a solid investment.
I mean, I'd go to Greece right away, probably.
Oh, nice travel.
Yeah. I would buy a bunch of stuff. A coach.
I would
buy.
be like, how do I invest this money?
So practical.
I refuse to believe that would be anyone's first gut instinct when they win the lottery.
It would be
You'd
Lindsay.
fucking
It
go
would
out
be
and
Lindsay's.
I already
It
thought
would
about
be
this.
Lindsay's.
I would make a plan.
Thought
for
about think
money.
of her parental heritage. It would be Lindsay.
I mean, I would definitely have a chunk set aside for like immediate spending, but I would make sure like I
immediately book a
had
trip to Los
everything else kind of planned.
Whoa, like these questions. Whew. Like they're getting like convicted of terrorism. These aren't fun anymore. Oh wait, here's one. I love how it goes from terrorism to crushes.
I mean, they're terrorism of the heart, so sure.
Who's most likely to be embarrassed when he or she is around his or her crush?
Sarah.
Sarah.
I'm pretty bad.
I'm so mad.
You have like no poker face when
I'll spill drinks.
You'd be like, I'm good.
Oh,
I'm cool.
that's cute though. I think that's endearing.
Yeah, no, it's no good. I get so fucking nervous. Most likely to be horny at a funeral.
What kind of bullshit? It's me. It's totally probably me, but what kind of question? Like, I'm drinking, but what? How dare they call me out?
On the same page.
What kind of You're the Worst episode? Like, what?
Oh my god! That's how it started! Wait, was it a funeral or a wedding?
It was a funeral. They have
okay.
sex at a funeral, remember? Don't they?
Yeah, I don't think so.
In a mausoleum.
Who's most likely to be melodramatic?
I think it is. Oh, should
Both
we
of
both
us?
drink?
Yeah.
We should both drink.
Yeah!
We're both drinking.
I was gonna say that's a tie. I'm not fucking kidding you. This is what's written here.
What does it say?
I fucking shit you not.
What does it say?
Most likely to get pregnant after a one-night stand.
Just
Okay,
just drink
wasn't
it.
a one-night stand?
Just drink it.
It wasn't a one-night stand.
No. But by default, she is the only one that's gotten pregnant, and we're both child-free, so therefore.
That's true. It was like a 4-month stand.
Aww,
It was
so
pretty fast.
romantic. Sometimes you just know, and it happens, and
glad,
life
like,
rolls.
I did not go home within the night we met, so I'm like, what if I had? Then maybe.
Then
would've
maybe
been.
sooner, yeah. Grayson be a little older now, but
Exactly.
Yeah.
He had 4 more months under his belt.
he's so cute. Oh my god, he's so cute, Lindsay.
Most likely to be tired of their partner after 2 weeks.
Oh man,
It's tough.
I don't know who that would be.
See, like, you guys don't really know me in relationships. Like, when we became friends, I was very single. So you don't really
No.
know.
I don't think that would be you, but I don't think it'd be you or me.
It's not. I'm
I
a
don't think it's
serial
anyone.
monogamist. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Like, I can't even. The minute I see someone, I'm like, I have a crush on them. I can't even formulate a crush
her.
on anyone else. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
One trick at a time.
Yeah, it takes me like forever.
Most likely to become a motivational speaker.
Ooh, Sarah, you could do that.
That would
It's
be
kind of
you.
becoming.
Basically, do it through podcast now.
It's kind of
Yeah.
my dream to do a TED Talk one day.
Oh my god, I
Yeah,
would so
that'd
watch
be
your
you.
TED Talk, and I hate TED Talks, but I'd watch yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most likely to become a professional gambler. Well, when we met, we were playing poker. Weren't we?
That's true. You didn't know how to play that.
I think actually, you know what? I think it's Lindsay. I think it's Lindsay.
Lindsay's really
Yeah,
good.
I can see her hustling some
You're
cards.
just good at keeping a. You're good at
Yep.
keeping a straight face.
Yep. I
get
once
very
did real well
competitive
at
with
blackjack
games.
at the casino with a bunch of old rich men because the key is you act like you can't play and then they help you play.
There you go.
And then they let you win because you're pretty and charming and a little drunk.
like, oh, I don't know.
That was a good night. I made like $100.
I get very competitive, so I like if I know the rules,
Yeah.
I'm like I'm winning it.
Who's most likely to watch romantic movies? No, I have not done that. I think it's you. Yeah,
sure.
It is not me.
Set it up as an outstanding flick and everyone who has Netflix access should watch it because it was great.
Which movie are we talking about?
Set it up.
I heard it's really good. Apparently, definitely
fucking watch it.
Yeah.
It's so good. It is the best rom-com we've had since the 90s. It's unproblematic. It's charming. Lucy Liu is in a pantsuit. It's got everything you need.
Okay. I'll give it a shot.
Check it out, guys.
Gosh,
I watched it, and the whole time I was tweeting my boyfriend like, I'm gonna live stream this whole movie to you, but we're still gonna watch it when we get together because it's charming. It was great. It was so good.
All right.
Let's see. Most likely to marry a celebrity. How do you even really figure
Shannon.
that out?
Is it me?
Shannon.
What?
You.
It's me?
What's your reasoning?
I want to hear this reasoning too.
Shannon's so like hip with her like social media stuff and that like she would reach out to a celebrity.
I don't think Mindy agrees, but okay.
Well, actually, you could probably.
I think it'd be Sarah. Personally. I think Sarah.
I think
she's gonna hook up with some hottie podcaster.
I mean,
it's fun. Do it.
yeah, you did that. It would be you.
Oh my god,
Mindy agrees.
I think both.
Mindy
I
agrees.
think I went with Shannon because I think you both have you would both message someone like famous online, and if they responded, you would continue the conversation. And then,
fair,
Sarah.
I think we've both done that.
Yeah, so you've both done it, so you can both drink. I think.
What was talking about?
Most likely to get married first.
Drink, Lindsay.
Oh, can we talk about that or no? What was okay? So
I just learned this tonight, by the by.
yeah. How the heck did you not know?
This bitch has a ring on her finger.
I thought I told you.
Never. Congratulations.
Mom.
I'm very proud of you and happy and excited.
you.
Good for you.
Lindsay, yeah, text me one day. And it's like, so I got married.
That's outstanding. That's what I want to tell people when I get married. By the way, we're having a party because I got married. Come over.
Yes.
And I love that. And this is one thing I want to talk about with you because I respect this so much. The lack of like putting it out there so much on social media. Like look at me, I'm married. Like you just posted your wedding picture with a heart caption.
Love that subtlety.
Nothing else other than like to anyone else they would not have known. But it was your goddamn wedding picture. How cool is that?
That's honestly
I think
badass.
that's really
I mean,
cool.
if people
I
don't get
love
hurt
that.
to be wedding, like that's not my
It's
fault.
not heard of these days. People don't do that anymore.
I love it. I think it's very cool.
It's amazing.
So stealthy. I love
Eric's
it.
not a big social media person. Like he goes on social media, of course, but he just doesn't. He doesn't like to be an oversharer, and
That's good.
so like I think I also minimize stuff to like respect that for him too.
I think it's a good
to
balance.
be-
I think if you have an undersharer and an oversharer, as long as you work together, it's perfect.
Yeah, and I was never like I guess an overshare either. I always felt a little awkward if I was posting like like a boyfriend post or something like that. It wasn't really me, and I was wondering like why am I doing this?
High fives to
sometimes?
oversharers.
Can't relate.
Yeah,
Can't relate. Cannot-
Overshare for life.
And it's mostly because I've never experienced it in the day and age where social media is what it is now. I don't know what it'd be like.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want like
I cut mine down so bad.
Yeah.
I try so hard. Oh man, the posts I've written and been like, no, delete.
I think you definitely want to be acknowledged on social media with your partner.
We don't even follow each other on Facebook.
Wait, what?
We don't. Facebook constantly is telling me, you probably know this person. I'm like, yeah, I'm dating him, but I'm not going to like his friend. I'm not going to friend him. Like,
Really?
I have no idea. Well, I don't use Facebook anyway, really. I hate it.
I mean, that's the worst.
I have it only for work
Hey,
purposes.
Facebook Live.
We hate you, Facebook. Not you, the people,
Yeah.
but you, the actual, like, disgusting propaganda machine that
The
is
actual,
Facebook itself.
yeah.
You're not.
You see those
sense.
Facebook commercials they have?
I hate Facebook. Which ones?
The ones where they try to be like, we're not the worst.
You are the worst. Whatever, Mark Zuckerberg. Maybe Holocaust deniers have a point. That's valid. And should be.
Oh my
Fuck
gosh.
you. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I don't. Like, I never bother. We follow each other on Twitter and Insta, and that's enough.
But like, you guys chose to get married for like, what's the word? Logistical like, what was? Tell us about this.
We got married. We wanted to be together, and so we got married because of that. If we didn't want to
make
be
it
together,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have done it. We would have like either waited or never got
done it.
married.
Right.
But the timing of getting married, when we decided we wanted to stay in the U.S., we're like, all right, we want to be together, and
Right.
like,
And it would make the process easier.
yeah. Otherwise, like, we have to like probably go to Canada, which I was fine with, but you know, just the way where we wanted to be, and we wanted to be together no matter what anyway.
Right.
So
Makes sense.
making it like the marriage official was.
Did you decide that day, or was it a planned day that you had?
We decided like a week before.
That's so romantic. I love that.
So did you wake up having the same feelings of like, I'm getting married
Well,
today?
we've been talking about it for like a little while, and then Eric just said one day in the living room, he's like, all right, do you want to get married? And I said yes. And then he was like, all right, like basically check your calendar. Let's make
I love that. Like the sooner the better.
And you
Let's
went to
do
the
it.
courthouse. Was it like super short, like a couple minutes?
Yes, I was actually so weird. It was like a big lineup of people getting married, and so you just kind of go into like the room with the judge, and Eric's dad and Grayson were there.
Oh,
So-
Grayson was there.
Yeah.
That is so sweet and special.
Yeah, he definitely distracted the judge a little bit.
Of course, he's
I
adorable.
know, he's only like a couple months old then.
Oh my god, little tiny baby Grayson.
Yeah.
That's precious.
I love it.
So,
Damn.
yeah, so we just go and talk to the judge, and she marries us, and it was that. And then we went for steak dinner after.
That's
You know what?
amazing.
And
I
so
love every bit
stress-free.
about that.
So stress-free.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have never. I mean, I understand the appeal of a wedding, and if someone were to say, "Hey, I'm going to pay for it. Let's have a wedding," I'd be like, "Okay, fine." But
I know.
overall, I just think
And
like
the planning is so much like
right.
I was
Yeah,
talking
that's
to my
yeah.
expensive.
You gotta wrangle flowers and your dress and the music and the photography and the people and the setting and the venue and blah, blah, blah. Like just go to a courthouse and then maybe have a party later.
Have an event planner if I had to do that, and only if I had tons and tons of
Right?
money. just
I
hanging
feel
around.
like in order to have a wedding, either go all fucking out or don't fucking bother. Like
Where on the spectrum do you think you would fall?
honestly, I've always kind of thought courthouse and then a party afterwards.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, if I was dating someone that wanted to get married and they had like a strong, like they were like, oh no, we have to have some kind of a wedding, I would be okay with that, but I'd want like a smaller scale kind of vibe, like maybe an outdoorsy kind of thing, like in a nice venue, like a nice park or something.
Right.
And then, yeah, but I've never wanted like the big, massive church wedding, like veil to here, like flower girls, like these are my colors, like I want a
that's-
candy
yeah,
bar.
that's-
Like I've never been that person.
That's a bit much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would
I
you
mean,
like?
I mean, I picture it small, but I do picture like a wedding.
Yeah.
Like, but I also really appreciate couples who like do the whole, they have their ceremony alone and then they do another ceremony for everybody else. Like
Oh, that's kind of
I
cute.
like that idea a lot.
Cute. Yeah.
I
Because
don't
it
know.
is a private thing.
I mean, having a party later, yeah.
Yeah, but if you already have the private ceremony just for you, why do you need to have another
Yeah,
ceremony?
like, why do you need to
It's
do
true.
something for
Why
all
not
these
just
other
have a
people?
party?
You
Like,
really don't have to.
I think you just need to have the ceremony and then like a reception
Yeah.
fun fest. Like
For me, I don't really overly get that, but I don't think if someone wants to do it that way, it's
No.
To each their own.
up to
the
them,
most
yeah.
important thing to me with the wedding is that someone is like, I pick you, and the other person's like, I pick you too. Let's make this
You
official.
only need that person.
Yeah.
I mean, and a witness.
And a
I
witness,
guess.
and then the
But-
person actually do it. But yeah, that's all you need.
Most important thing to me is the dress.
I do want a nice dress.
That was the one thing I missed out on, like not picking out a wedding dress.
I would
but,
like a nice dress.
You know,
You
maybe
can
in
always
the
have a
future.
commitment vow like renewal ceremony later and do it up that way, which I think is
And that
very
would be even
cute.
better.
I honestly really like that concept. I think that a vow renewal ceremony is a really touching,
Because
sweet
then
thing
you're
to
already, you've already made that commitment. It's
Yeah.
just showing you're going to keep
do. Yeah,
making that
and
commitment.
I mean, and your friend circle changes as you grow up.
Yeah.
You might have more children. You might want to involve
Maybe like
more
our
people.
10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
something.
like your 10-year anniversary, you might have another child or a whole different family circle or a whole different friend circle. You might be living somewhere different and you want to involve all that again into your lifestyle and like reform everything. And I think that's beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So Lindsay's life has just since she was last on the show.
It's
Wow.
amazing. So proud
Holy
of
jump
you.
ins.
Yeah.
It's
different.
wild.
It's amazing.
It's wild.
So different.
We used to live together and
Well,
Get
things
drunk
can
in
happen.
costumes.
Yes. We can
That
still
Halloween
do
party
that.
was amazing.
Um,
Still iconic.
but yeah, everything can change fast, and never like this time next year.
Who's to
or
say?
If some things, you never.
I
know.
wouldn't be where I still am. life moves slow for me.
I think I'll probably be similarly in where I am. I mean, I'll be actually moved into my apartment, but other than that, I still expect to be working at the company I'm working at and continuing my video game industry domination. And
you just never know. That was the thing.
That's fair,
and that's if Lindsay's story says anything. It's that you just never friggin' know.
Yeah. And you don't know where you'll be. Like where you are right now. Of course, you're always getting better and learning more and doing more things. So
we're all trying our best.
And
that's all we can ask and all we can do. Try your best.
Yeah. Well, I think we shall wrap it up.
Sweet.
Because I am sweating and I need that fan to come back on.
It's so friggin' humid. I hate this.
Yeah, and I had to turn the fans off.
Nova Scotia, why?
I am getting back sweat.
It is, yeah.
Your dress is backless.
Yeah,
I know. That's how bad it is.
Oh, one more follow-up question about pregnancy. What's breastfeeding like?
Oh my gosh, it's the worst. Don't do it. Oh. I mean, do it because it's good for your baby, but mine was very...
I think it's important to say that not every woman can breastfeed, and that's perfectly acceptable. Yes. So don't feel you need to, but if you can, fine. But if you choose to go formula this day and age, fucking do it.
I ask every parent this. Did you taste the breast milk?
No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe accidentally.
Dude, if I'm making my own milk, I'm tasting it.
Well, every drop is so precious, and I had to go to my baby, so I don't know.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I'm such a selfish bitch. I'm like, this would be cool.
I'm just like,
I was like, I need some milk for my coffee. Well,
squirt.
Watch the Ali Wong. You already watched.
It's so good.
I watched the most recent one, but I need to go back and watch it.
It's legit.
And it's like very accurate description of breastfeeding.
Does it hurt though?
Yeah.
Does it just feel like?
Well, I mean, sometimes it didn't always hurt. Like it would just feel like a little like gnawing kind of at your boob, but that was
your
fine.
face, Sarah.
The only time I thought breastfeeding was easy is when like I would lie down and he would like lie down with me and like he would latch sometimes perfectly and I was like, great. Can we just do this every time? I don't want to put any more effort into like holding your heavy self against my boob. Yeah. Motherhood is
friggin' crazy.
It's a road, man. It's a journey. It's something to be respected.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah. Props to Lindsay.
Yay, Lindsay!
Ding the bell.
Ding for Lindsay.
We're going to close out the episode, guys. Thanks so much for coming on.
Anytime, you know that.
On this really hot night.
I'm so glad we got to reunite.
Lindsay, for squeezing us into your visit.
I love having Lindsay visit.
And stay tuned, because you might hear more from Lindsay on the airwaves at some point.
I can come visit just for this. That's fine.
What's that?
I'll come visit
to okay.
Be on the podcast.
Legit.
I'm not paying for your flight, though.
Yes.
I'll pay for your booze. And everything else.
Patreon for Lindsay to come fly it.
That could be a reward level.
That's a reward
fly
level.
Lindsay,
get more Lindsay
and then
in your life.
might happen. We're hot as balls, so we're going to turn this friggin' thing.
Get the fan up. Up.
Thanks so much, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye, lovely.
Okay, I'm so warm. I feel so bad.
Oh my god, I know.
Well, thanks so much for listening to the Intoxicated podcast. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you find podcasts and vote for Intoxicated in the Best of Halifax Reader's Choice Awards in the News and Media category for Best Podcast. You can cast your vote at bestofhalifax.com. Thanks again for listening.